Imagine this. You wake up. It's a beautiful sunny morning and you're grinning ear to ear because you have school today. Like that's ever gonna happen. Oh, on your way to school, you go into the McDonald's across the street to pick up some coffee and a McMuffin when you see someone playing some Splatoon 3 Anarchy battles. Now, what do? You realize your imagination is way too strong, cause ain't no way in heck Splatoon 3's doo-doo water servers are working on McDonald's Wi-Fi of all things. No, but for real, there may be a time when you meet up with another Splatoon player, and one of you may want to find a way to break the ice with the other person. But when trying to converse with one another, there are certain topics that you should always avoid talking about. You may think that the Splatoon community is an accepting community filled with generous people with various backgrounds who all want to spread the word about this innovative franchise, but you couldn't be more wrong. Each player is like a landmine, just waiting for the right thing to set them off. And your best friend Alpstar716 is gonna lay out those things for you right now. Let's get into it. Number 1, never tell them what weapon you use. Okay, so this one is actually based on a true story because I was talking with a friend of mine who picked up Splatoon 3 a couple months ago. When I asked him what weapon he used, he said the Splatana Wiper Deco. The moment I heard that, I went through several emotions before I just painfully uttered a smile and realized he'd be part of the missile spamming munchkins before the end of the summer. No matter how respected you think your weapon may be, there's always at least one player in the community that hates that weapon like the plague. And knowing your luck, you'll stumble on that exact player when you're trying to speak with another Splatoon enthusiast. It'll probably go something like this. Hey man, nice to meet you. I couldn't help but see that you were playing Splatoon 3 just a moment ago. Yeah, this game has been my introduction to the Splatoon franchise. I've been playing it since it released last year and I've been having a blast. Gosh, it's super crazy that it's already been that long, isn't it? Have you gravitated toward a certain weapon in the time that you've been playing it? Well, there's actually a couple weapons I've liked using. One of them is definitely the Octo Rush. Oh, I see. That's great, dude. And also there's the Tri-Slosher. I love just getting up to people and splatting them in 2 sloshes or throwing my little fizzy bombs at them. Oh, cool. Is it a little hot out here, or is it just me? Oh, but do you want to know the weapon I've had a real blast playing? What is it? The Clash Blaster. Okay, I can't do this anymore. Are you 5 years old? A newborn chihuahua can play that weapon and get 10 splats with it. Are you proud of yourself? Well, I could introduce other weapons into my playstyle too. What about the ballpoint splatling? Why? So you can practice the Irish jig on the mincemeat truck for the whole match while keeping opponents at bay? Oh, okay, I see your game, I see you. Okay, what about the Sploosh-O-Matic? Lord, now this man about to ram his way into the enemy base for 3 to 5 business minutes and get his jaw kicked in an average of 13 times a game. The Snipe Rider? Snipe Rider players smell like a doctor's office. Alright, you know what? I'm not gonna change the way I have fun with the game just to appease you. After nervously looking through all the weapons again with you though, the Bloblobber does seem like a genuinely cool weapon for me to use. Please, marry me. Number 2, never tell them your favorite stage. Back in the early days of Splatoon 1 when everyone was still figuring out how the game worked and the maps felt like they weren't built in the Fall Guys level designer, almost any map in the game could be your favorite and you wouldn't be instantly exercised for it. However, as time went on and more games came out, those days went further and further into the past. Now just about any map you bring up will cause some level of discomfort to the person you're talking to. If you say Camp Triggerfish is your favorite map, an angry old New Yorker will appear out of thin air and kick you into the deep end of the nearest pool. If you say Flounder Heights is your favorite map, then a middle-aged man in a do-rag will come to your house at dusk, pin you down, and tell you in no less than 800 words why the map is garbage. You just lose regardless. Hello there. I just saw you playing in this past rotation. I see you're a fan of Museum del Foncino too. That's an awesome map, isn't it? Oh, I wasn't playing to get that map. In fact, I don't really care about Museum del Foncino. I can't count how many times a zipcaster has cut into our base like a sheet of printer paper, picking off half of us before we could even make a push. There was also a time a friend of mine won on that map, but DC'd before he could take his win, so it didn't even count. Oh. Then maybe you wanted to play on Brinewater. That's a very pretty map. I really don't like Brinewater Springs either. It's a very cramped map that gives backline weapons all the say. I once had a game where I couldn't even get out of my own base because an E-leader would snipe me every single time I tried. Why can't they reach our base from theirs? It just isn't fair. Then you must have wanted to play on Flounder Heights. That's the most loved map in the game right now. Oh, I really don't like Flounder Heights. You don't know how many times my team looked like they were doing well in a tower control match, only to have a reverse knockout happen. Plus the apartment buildings remind me of when I was a child and our apartment caught on fire. God dang. Okay, then what map were you possibly trying to get? I was trying to play Clam Blitz on Mincemeat Metalworks. At least you feel safe and cozy in your base there. You know what? Now I'm weirdly happy that your apartment caught on fire. But you want to know the worst thing to tell another Splatoon player? This will set off even the most tranquil souls in the community. Number 3. Never tell them your favorite idol! Each idol has a cult following that will lash out at anyone who dares disagree that their idol is the king or queen. For example, I innocently tell peeps that my favorite Squid sister is Marie because of her dry humor and her dialogue, and whenever I do, Cali fans come out of the woodworks and dog on me every single time! And it's not like I've instigated that behavior with thumbnails or jokes, it's all them, not me! If there's ever a day we have a splatfest between the Squid sisters, Off the Hook and Deep Cut, it's gonna be a bloodbath. You know, we definitely have a great set of idols in the Splatlands, don't we? Yeah, we sure do. They're simple characters, sure, but do you always need 10 pages worth of reasons to like someone? Not at all. Just their wacky back and forth conversations during the news and in the single player are cute to watch. But there's one member of Deep Cut that just outshines the rest. True. And that character is Shiver. No, not Shiver. Yes, Shiver. Not only is Shiver's sass second to none, but her rebellious design looks so cool. I'm a sucker for the color blue in case you can't tell. Also, hello, Shark Tamer, you can't get much cooler than that. Cheeto Finger Chelsea definitely ain't the best. And I know the only reason she's winning all these Splatfests is because she's lobbying or something behind the scenes. Big Man is just a chill, non-confrontational lad, and I love him for that. Also, hello, Super Mario Sunshine reference in a Splatoon game. You really can't get much cooler than that. Big Man's cool and all, but Shiver is definitely the queen here. How do you guys feel about Fry? Oh, she's pretty cool. Yeah, she's super playful and energetic. Hope she can get another Splatfest win eventually. Yeah. Well, not this one because we're on Money and Love, but maybe the next one. You know, maybe Shiver does do some lobbying for the Splatfest. Give Fry some winning teams, please. And those were some things you should never tell another Splatoon player you meet in the wild. Now, I know what you're thinking. Alpha, if I can't talk about weapons, maps, or idols, how am I supposed to converse with another Splatoon player? Well, you could talk about the modes. You could talk about the best ranked mode, aka Splat Zones, the terrifying Big Run, or if you're also a Yu-Gi-Oh fan that loves Duke Devlin, you can talk about Table Turf Battle Dojo. You have plenty of options. But in case the thickly layered sarcasm at the beginning didn't get the point across, most of the Splatoon community is very accepting regardless of what your favorite parts of the game are. Everyone's preference is a little different, and while some people might not like certain things about the game, they're not gonna viscerally scream at you like a banshee for liking them. At least until you get more acquainted. Then you'll get bullied for every mistake you make in a match. In fact, let's test that theory. Comment your favorite weapon, map, etc. in the comments below, and I guarantee some of you will spark some decent conversation. Also, remember to leave a like and subscribe to Outstar716 for more content on Splatoon 3 and other things gaming. I'll see you all next time.